Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this video. It's Beaulieu Bikers Day today. Behind me you can see we have got the top 3 bikes as voted for by everybody here. Before we find out who's won, there's a few bits to this video. First, we're going to see a few of you coming in. We've got some lovely cinematic shots. Then we're going to hear 3 bikes start up from the National Motor Museum before we check in with Mental Health Motorbike, who you know I've been supporting throughout the year. So let's get on with it. Let's see you coming into the show today. as you can see, we've got a few bikes behind us here from the collection. They've very kindly brought them out for us, and they're going to start them up for us as well. We're going to start with the Honda, then I believe we're going to go on to the Rudge, and then finally on to the BSA. Patrick here. Hello Patrick, how are you?
Good morning, very well, thank you.
It's a fantastic turnout. The sun has joined us as well. But we're going to start, let's talk about the Honda to begin with. How long has this been in the collection?
So, well, this bike's been with us actually since the 90s, but there's a bit of a longer story to it, if you've got time. So, in the mid-60s, Mr. Honda, Soichiro Honda, the actual founder of Honda, gave the then Montague Motor Museum an RC164, which I think was ex-Bob McIntyre, as a thank you to Britain for buying his bikes and for supporting the racing effort. 30 years later, they came back to us and said, can we have that one back? Because we haven't got that one in our own collection. Would you like an RC162 from 1961? Would you like the ex-Mark Hailwood bike? Yes, please. Yeah. So, hence, that's been here 30 years, but it's a gift that goes back to the 60s.
Would you actually like to hear it? Yeah. Oh, righty. Who is starting this one off? Is that you, sir?
Yes. Yeah, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. It normally behaves.
Okay, well, everyone's got their fingers crossed, so let's hear it. She's sounding happy.
By the way, the reason you rev them, and the Honda mechanics always say rev them up reasonably high, or else you don't get any oil around the top end.
Yep.
Everyone always says, aren't you revving up from cold too fast? But you're actually told to rev them high to lubricate the top end.
That was very special indeed, but we're going to go a bit further back in history. We're going back to this, 1928.
1928, so this is a Grand Prix bike, a racing bike from 1928. It did race in the Isle of Man, but this is actually the bike that Graham Walker won the 1928 Ulster Grand Prix on. Graham Walker, you will know his son, Murray Walker.
Yeah.
So Graham Walker was a great motorcycle racer, TT rider. What a lot of people maybe don't know is that when he retired from motorcycle journalism in the 50s, he came to live at Beaulieu and created the original motorcycle collection here with the late Lord Montague.
Wow.
So there's a number of the older bikes in the collection today which are here because of Graham Walker. This is the bike that he won the Ulster Grand Prix on in 1928, the first road race to be run at an average speed of over 80 miles an hour.
And that's 1928. So 1928, we're in 2024 now. It's coming up to 100 years old, this thing. But I'm looking over, it looks like you're about ready to get her, fingers crossed again. Am I right in saying?
Hand gear change, brakes as usual. Now brake, your foot brake on here is linked, so both back and front brakes are actually linked together. Graham Walker had a dodgy leg, so he had the brakes modified, but very successful bike. Yeah, the Rudges, yeah, it's even nowadays they're still very highly prized.
Wow, absolutely. The sound difference between the two is quite remarkable, going from 4 to single.
These are more like a speedway bike, what people would think of as a speedway bike these days. But yeah, they were very fast. In their day, they were cutting edge technology.
Yeah.
But then they started to come in with like 2s, 3s, 4s, and obviously trying to make bikes go a bit quicker. But they development sort of came on, but they were very, very sporty in their day.
Yeah. Fantastic. So we've had 4 cylinders, we've had single cylinder, and now we are coming over to BSA here. We had a sneak peek of this morning. It sounded so good.
Yeah, so you think the 4-cylinder race bike sounds nice? It does. Really, you do want to put the earplugs in for this one. It's painful. So it's a road bike. It's a Café racer. So you imagine the ton-up boys in the 1960s. A tuned bike, annoying the police. Leaving the Ace Cafe, bombing up the M1. Yeah. This is that. Think of that era, really. So yeah, nice piece of kit.
What was that then?
You got the twin carburetors, TT10 carburetors. It's got what they call matchbox float chambers, which we're trying to isolate the float chamber away from the vibration. So you have to tickle the carburetors up first. All 3 of these bikes you have to do that. Bring your carburetors, no cold start chokes or anything.
Yeah.
And so you had to work on them and sort of know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But they're just lovely to ride when you get used to them.
Yes. Well, one thing that you can't see on the videos, obviously you can hear them and so forth, but the smell. I really, really wish we could capture the smell, because stood here...
Smell-o-vision, that's what we need.
So good. Right, I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to let you start this up. Have a listen to this. We are over at Mental Health Motorbike. Hello, how are you?
How you doing? I'm good. My name's Tony. Are you good?
I'm all good, Tony. I'm all good. So you guys are here today. A very worthwhile charity. A charity that I myself am incredibly proud to support. I think it's a fantastic charity, and you put a tremendous amount of work and effort in. But very few people know about you, actually. So let's start at the very top. Let's have a little chat about Mental Health Motorbike. Who are you and what do you do?
Right, certainly. Right, first off, we are a completely voluntary organisation that currently exists of about 650 mental health first aiders, and we are out completely in the motorcycle community. The aim of all of those mental health first aiders is to be there to support you, to be that first point of conversation if you have, let's say, issues, problems, whatever little thing that might be niggling you. We are there to lend an ear and to then hopefully be able to provide the support that you actually require. Beyond that, we have a peer-to-peer support group. Within that peer-to-peer support group, we've currently got about 3,500 members in that, and that is people helping each other. We look after that by having mental health motorbikers, mental health first aiders, in the background, monitoring everything that's actually going on so that we can direct the conversation in the right direction, to make sure everything's going the right way and the correct advice is actually being given. We also have a fantastic website, and I recommend every single one of you get out there, have a look at that website. The most important thing on that website, as soon as you open it, is a big red button. I need help. Dunk. Push that red button. We will endeavour to get you the support and help that you need, no matter what the problem is. But also behind the back of that website, there are lots of other functions that can be particular to whatever you're experiencing, whether it be bereavement, whether it be anxiety, and let's be honest, whether it be suicidal thoughts, because ultimately that is what we're here to do, is to prevent suicides with within the motorcycle community. That's its ultimate aim. We go to events like this. I mean, we're hoping to do about 200 events this year. This way we can get out and about within the community. You know who we are. You know we exist. You know that we are there to support you. Also, when we come to events like this, we also ask for your support. We are a complete voluntary service. So as a charity, that service needs funding. So this way, stalls like this, the fact that, the fact that organisations like Beaulieu are willing to put on the helmet store, and the monies raised from that come to us. Now, where that money goes is us being able to train mental health first aiders. Yeah. So our biggest aim is to get mental health first aiders out into the community. We're hoping to hit the target of 1,000 this year. We're up to about 650, and it's taken us 2.5, nearly 3 years to actually get to that point, but we're hoping to break the 1,000 barrier this year. Now, to get on that course, Mental Health First Aid Motorbike subsidise it, and that's where your money goes to make sure that the mental health first aiders are out there in the community.
Yeah.
That's
so
who we are.
Talking to, I believe it's Paul, your main
correct.
man there, who's a fantastic gent. I spoke to Paul probably about 2 years ago up at Motorcycle Live and said, hey, a lot of the work that I do, I get quite a lot of public visibility through doing all the various shows and events that I do, and through doing this YouTube channel and so forth. I want to put it to the best possible use. I don't just want it to be a revenue stream for me, or I'm not someone who really wants my name out there all over the place. But where there is a platform, I want it to benefit others that are doing great things like yourselves. And earlier this year, I rang him and I said, look, I'm really sorry I didn't call you last year. I myself went through 2 bereavements, very, very close family bereavements last year. The first thing that Paul said to me when I called him wasn't, great to hear from you, Tim, yeah, let's work together, was, how are you? It was the first question that he asked, was, how are you? And that, for me, speaks volumes about this charity. Now, to become a mental health first aider, Paul's shared this with me. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it on video, but I'm going to say it. Paul, I'm sorry if I've let the cat out the bag here, but it costs about, I think you can buy the course for about £350 online.
That's correct.
If with you guys, you manage to get it subsidised down, and it costs you around £112, somewhere around there. But you sell the course, I say sell, but provide the course for just £50. So for every person who is trained with you, they provide you £50. You provide £62, more than half of the actual cost of that course, and the rest of it is done through the fundraising that you do. And one of the things that Paul pointed out to me was mental health motorbike is not just supporting the people who need support when they're going through various mental health issues and challenges, but it also supports the people who support them. So if there's ever been, say, a traffic accident or something like that, or someone has ended their life in a very tragic way, the people who deal with the consequences of that and the aftermath of that often are not supported, and that's another way that Mental Health Motorbike supports the whole mental health. And I do think that it is one of the areas that is still a bit of a faux pas. People still don't quite know how to talk about it. And actually, if we said, oh, do you know what, my knees are really hurting me, or my back's really, really hurt my back and I can't lift this thing up, and would there be no shame in that whatsoever? No. Whereas if you said, do you know what, I've got quite a lot of mental load at the moment and I'm struggling, 1, you would never hear it, and 2, you'd almost feel almost ashamed to say it.
Yeah, that's correct. And ultimately, we've got to reduce that stigma to allow people to have that conversation. That's why we're here. That's why we exist. Yep. We are here to be that first point of that conversation for you. Yep. Trust me, it's an irrelevance what you believe your issue or your problem or whatever it is. The first thing you need to do is talk to somebody. Yes. Yeah. And from that conversation, we can then look at the wider problems, wider issues, and find the support that you require to help you. Yep. Yeah. So ultimately, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you help yourself. Yep. We also promote positive well-being. Promoting, that's the whole point of a motorbike. The motorbike gives you positive well-being, with a lot of the time without you actually knowing it. You can ride your motorcycle and you completely shut the rest of the world out. So whatever your problems are, you can shut it out riding your motorcycle. We'd like to be able to give you also the tools to be able to shut it out when you're not riding your motorcycle. The motorcycle is the thing that brings us all together. So you being able to support us, to be able to support you, is what we want. And what we need to do is support you. That's it.
Now, you can see on my back, there's a big long list there of all the events and shows that I do throughout the year. I'm doing about 20 shows and events, and it ranges from cars to trucks to tanks and motorbikes. I've been in various different communities. I do loads of different like single mark shows, or say like a car show that's focused around one particular area, so like German cars or Japanese cars, or it might be, you know, an MG rally or a mini show or whatever it might be. One thing that I noticed after learning to ride 5 years ago is the warmest community going is the motorcycle community. And I did not expect that at all. Wherever you go, you pull up, you could be on any one of these motorbikes here today, you pull up, get off it, and you are immediately felt like family, like warm and welcome. Now, I'm going to say this, it's going to be a bit controversial, but I am yet to sense that same warmth in the car community as a whole. There are some parts of the car community that are incredibly warm and welcoming, but there are also some very fractious parts of the car community where people say, oh, well, that's different to mine, and there's this compare and contrast. I have never, ever seen that in the bike community.
No, you won't. Even though the motorcycles are all individual and all to ourselves, everybody understands that individuality. It's mine. This is important to me. The way this looks, it's mine. Within the car community, it's almost like to impress everybody else. But the motorcycle, it's yours. It's your own personal belonging. It's the way that you feel. It's the way that you can express yourself, as opposed to not knocking the car community, not at all. But that car, everybody else wants to come and look at your car and then say, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. It's irrelevant when it comes to a motorcycle. Everybody looks at a motorcycle and go, that's quite cool, that is. That's quite nice, that is. Fair play to you to doing that. And as you said, the warmth that you get within the motorcycling community is huge and massive. And that's why you will never see a broken down motorcycle on the side of the road without another motorcyclist going past it asking if he needs help. You'll never get that in the car community.
Or if someone is in their car and they're a motorcyclist and someone on the side of the road, they'll pull over and be like, do you need help? Because I've done that in the past. Guy ran out of fuel on his Honda, pulled over, you're right there, mate, no, I've run out of fuel. Right, get in the car, let's go and get you some fuel.
Let's get it. And again, it seems to be exclusive to the motorcycling community. You never leave anybody behind. And again, that's one of our messages. If you know somebody that needs help, we're here to help them, you know. Tell them we exist. You know, don't be afraid to approach someone and say, is everything all right? You can have that conversation. It's okay to not be okay. And the sooner we all accept that, the sooner we can get rid of this stigma around mental health, that people are too afraid to talk about it.
And that's one of the reasons why on my new shirts I've got your logo. And I said to Paul, I was like, this is what I would like to do. Are you open for that kind of thing? And he was like, I can't believe you're asking me. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I was like, well, I want to put this on there for two reasons. There's two reasons why I very proudly wear this at every event that I do. One is to raise awareness of you guys, because you do fantastic work, and I fully believe in you guys. The other one is to help break down some of that stigma, because people see mental health there and go, actually, that's making it just that bit more normal. On my channel, you can watch it now, I've done a very, very honest, very open video about why I'm supporting mental health motorbike. I've talked about my own journey I've been on, about my own challenges that I face, and I've been very open and honest about it, because a lot of people will see, they see me on a stage or in an arena or whatever it might be and think, he's got the best life going, he must be so happy, everything's great. So actually, that's only 1% of what you would see. A bit like social media, you only see the absolute peak, and we're all obsessed with our phones now. You only see the peaks. There's 99% that goes on behind closed doors, and a lot of the time that can weigh you down and it can affect you when you should be enjoying the rest of your life. So I think what you guys do is absolutely fantastic, and I'm really, really proud to see you here today. And also I'll be seeing you later this year at Motorcycle Live. Are you back there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Last year I did 3 days there, I think.
Wow.
It's a long 3 days, but they are the places that the motorcyclists are. We need to be in those places to be able to give the support we need. We have found that the more shows we go to, people are actually seeking us out to come and ask for help. And that's what we're here for. So feel, if it doesn't matter what your little problem is or your big problem, sorry, that made it sound quite trivial. It doesn't matter what your problem is. Come and talk to us. We're here, and that first part of that conversation is all we need. So whether it be this show, whether it be, sorry to advertise others, Calm, or whether it be Cassington Bike Night, whatever it be, we are there. We are trying to get round to all the big shows so that we are there to help and support you.
And if you've watched this interview on the video and you want to get in touch with Mental Health Motorbike, in the description there are links to their website below. Please do go and check them out. Those are in the description below. Now, you said at the start of this that you're trying to get to 1,000 first aiders, 1,000 mental health first aiders. You're on 650 thereabouts. I have good news for you. It's very soon to be 651, as I am booking onto that course. I'm very much looking forward to doing that and becoming part of exactly what you're trying to do. I think what you're trying to do is tremendous.
Brilliant. To be honest, or myself, when I did the course, I found it incredibly interesting, but furthermore than that, in my everyday life, in my job, in the engineering field that I actually work in, with the people that effectively I am their boss, having done this course helps me to deal with their situations. It is nothing but a win-win positive to have done this course. Now, when you do this course, you don't necessarily have to be a volunteer for Mental Health Motorbike. What we actually are after are mental health first aiders to be out in the motorcycling community. It is a bonus for us if you want to help and be part of the Mental Health Motorbike community and help volunteer when we go to these events, which, by the way, are incredibly great fun. We do have a laugh. It isn't all serious. We have to deal with serious situations, so therefore we have to have a laugh to break down that. Otherwise, we'd all be in. Exactly. We wouldn't be able to come to these. So doing that course is a massive bonus to anybody, and I'd recommend it to anybody. Just do it. It will help you, it will help your family, it will help your colleagues that you work with.
Well, when I do the course, it's coming into a very busy set of shows coming up in July and August. Supercar Weekend, Tank Trucks and Firepower, there's so many shows coming up, but I am going to squeeze the course in there, and I'm going to do a video about that course and what it was like. So if you want to see that, just head over to our team on YouTube. You'll be able to see that and see what that course is like. I've done something similar when I learned to ride a bike. I did from theory test all the way to passing. And do you know what my first bike was?
I haven't got a clue. What was it? Go on, let me know.
Do you genuinely, you have no idea, do you?
I do. I haven't got a clue. I really, really don't know. No.
It was one of these.
Was it?
Not a 1250, but a 1200. An R1200, one of the old oil heads, no ABS, nothing. Great big monster of a thing. It was wonderful.
No, they're too big for me. This is they're just too big. I can't get my leg over one of those. I have the privilege of riding a Triumph Thruxton R, which is absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have it here today. 3 years I've been doing this voluntary work for Mental Health Motorbike, and this is the first show I had to come in the car because I had to bring the gazebo. Yeah, someone had to bring the gazebo today, and it was me. So I feel a little bit of a fraud because I come in a car as opposed to coming on my motorbike, but we're here to support, to ride, to be with you, everything that we need to do.
Marvellous. Thank you so much for coming down and joining us. Thank you very much for your time on the microphone. You've gone for 3 very different bikes, I have to say, and none of the owners want to talk to me. They're all like, no, please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me. So I'm not going to embarrass them, I'm not going to interview them or anything, but we are going to find out which one you think has won first, okay? So, if you think the XSR has won, can you cheer for me now? You brought your friends? Yes. No. And if you think the Speed Trip has won, cheer for me now. You've made some friends. And finally, well, I don't know what to call this other than the fat one. Well, it was a Kawasaki, but this is not what you buy from the showroom. If you think the Ultra Customers won, cheer for me now. That was rude, wasn't it? That I'll cheer for you. I'm rooting for you. So the way this works, we've got 2 runners-up and an overall winner. There's not a third, second and first, it's just 2 runners-up and an overall winner. And I have the pleasure of telling you that the first of our runners-up here at Beaulieu Bikers Day is... It is our custom. You're our first of our runner-up. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our runner-up. Now, so you have won a prize from Infinity Motorcycles, a £50 voucher, and a nice congratulations award there as well. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for the first of our runners-up. Right then, gents, come stand at the front of your bikes. Come on. It's between the 2 of you, okay? It's between the 2 of you. Now, you almost very nearly didn't make it into top 3 because we were shouting you and you wouldn't come over. You were in the museum?
Yeah,
what kind of poor excuse is that? No. So we got the Speed Triple behind us and we got this. How much have you done to this?
Just a bit.
Just a bit? Exactly, they're all laughing at you because we definitely know you've done more than just a bit. Right then, so the next one I'm going to announce is the next runner-up, which means whoever I don't announce is our winner. Okay, so the next runner-up here, as voted for by everyone here today, the next runner-up is... You, sir, with a Speed Trip. Well done to you. You're still going home with a £50 voucher from Infinity Motorcycles. A big congratulations to you, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for your next runner-up. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Presented by Charlotte. Congratulations. You must be pleased.
I am, yeah.
I'm pleased that you made it here as well. It is a lovely bike. I tell you what, you've also won the award to give me the keys. No, I'll come back to you later. But you, sir, are our winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Beaulieu Bikers Best in Show. It is you, sir. Well done to you. Now, will you tell me what you've done to it?
Yeah, so a few things, obvious ones, the clip-ons.
Yep.
I stripped all the paint off, polished that up, removed the subframe, the Jack Daniels can, which everyone loves.
Yep.
And then there's many more things, but it could be all day.
It's very, very cool and a very worthy winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your winner here at Beaulieu Bikers Day. Well done to you. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Now, if you have, can I ask a favour? Underneath this video, you'll find a thumbs up. If you hit that, it'll help put this video in front of more people just like you. It works with that YouTube algorithm. If you've really enjoyed it, think about hitting that subscribe button. Now, it's worth doing that because coming up later this week, I've got a mega bike ride test. I'm riding 5 different Yamahas, including the new GP. That's coming out on Wednesday. Make sure you stick around for that. And coming up at the end of the year, we're off to Motorcycle Live again, where I'll give you a complete rundown of the entire show. And if you're there, please do come and say hello. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.